As many of you folks know, the original episode 13 from season 1 is missing from our video catalog, and that's a real shame. We put a lot of effort into that episode, but unfortunately it was run over by a train and it's lost forever. For today's episode 13, we hired armed guards to provide security. We have the most robust security system in place here at the facility. We have recently equipped our tactical squirrel squad with lasers, and we hope this acts as a deterrent against any evildoers that may want to run away with the episode. Anyway, even though the original episode 13 is lost forever, we were able to rent a copy of the very first episode of Robot Cantina from Blockbuster Video. Unfortunately, it's not in the Blu-ray format, but I think it should be fine. This extremely rare copy was never published on YouTube. Today, we're going behind the scenes here at Robot Cantina to answer some viewer questions about how this all got started. So, what better way to start off Season 2, Episode 13 than by reviewing the pilot episode of Robot Cantina's switch from robots to cars, one car in particular. This video was shot on March 21st, 2020, and as some of you may recall, that was the day before the C-19 lockdown. This video was never meant to be seen by the YouTube audience, and it was just a quick demo reel to show the absurdity of the car. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's a sneak peek at the Honda Insight powered by the Predator 212cc engine. Let's take a look at the engine. So that's a Harbor Freight $100 engine. And it's connected to, we've got a Comet 40 series torque converter with a 7.5 inch driven pulley, and that goes to a jack shaft. I don't know if you see that, which runs a number 40 chain, and that's a 2-to-1 ratio on that. So that is, the car's pretty much complete. It doesn't have any electrical on it. But at some point I'll wire in the headlights and brake lights. And then I have to test performance and find out where I need to make changes. But that's the engine. Let's start it up. We'll go for a ride. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, there's actually no instruments. The car's pretty much stripped down to the bone. Everything under the dashboard has been removed. There's no heater, air conditioning, or anything. No wires, actually no ignition switch, no turn signals. It's all missing right now. I have to wire that in. The only thing we do have is a tachometer. Let's give it a little rev. And that's it. So the car was a 5-speed, it still is a 5-speed, but as you can see, there is no clutch pedal. Clutch is completely automatic, so to go in reverse, we just, same thing as it always was. Alright, so let's go for a quick ride. Neighbor's driveway. Okay. Now we're going to take off in second gear. take a look. Now the torque converter clutch, it's not hot at all. Yeah, that's pretty good. The belt is not hot, and the driven pulley is not hot. Those are all good signs. The chain is still tight. Well, I'd say this worked out pretty good so far. Like I mentioned, that video was shot a day before the C-19 lockdown. For me, that pretty much meant a 2-month vacation. Now, 2 months was plenty of time to finish the car and to tune the engine on the dyno. Of course, I also worked on my editing and production quality. The quality of that pilot episode was very simple, and like I said, it was never meant to be seen by a YouTube audience. Prior to making that video, I put together several videos with decent production value. The first video I ever produced that I made a concerted effort was the EDIS 4 from Megasquirt video. This video was a turning point for me. I proved to myself that I could write, direct, and hire voice talent. Let's take a quick look.
Connecting EDIS 4 to your Megasquirt for idiots. EDIS stands for Electronic Distributors Ignition System. EDIS was developed by Ford Motor Company for use on production cars back in the 90s.
Well, that video goes on to talk about interfacing the Ford EDIS ignition system to the Megasquirt ECU. Meh, it definitely ain't for this audience. What I really enjoyed about producing that video was working with the voice talent. Unfortunately, I don't remember the guy's name, but I hired him through Fiverr, and as I recall, the voiceover costed $90 plus tip. Back when that video was produced, I had no idea how to record voiceovers. I found it was amazing to edit the video around the voice, and since then, I preferred to do voiceovers. Alright, well, get ready to cringe. Here's some original footage of me trying to explain the modifications we did on one of the engines. Well, here's the modified engine we're going to be using in this project. This engine is basically just a bunch of bolt-on parts. Trust me, it only gets worse. Just for fun, I experimented with voiceovers, and here's the very first voiceover that actually worked. How much power will this little engine make right out of the box? Well, the answer might surprise you. Stay tuned as we dyno test the 212cc Predator engine. Over the summer of 2020, we filmed the first 4 episodes of Robot Cantina, but we didn't release them. Every time I made an improvement in something, I would go back and edit all the videos. I was never in any rush to release the videos, and I had a soft deadline of September 1st. Well, that day came and went, and by mid-September I'd worked out all the bugs as far as producing the videos go, and the channel released its first 4 videos on the same day. The idea behind releasing 4 videos at one time was to give the viewers something to binge watch and to help build the channel subscribers. This actually worked out really well. So officially this channel switched from making robot videos to the Predator-powered car series in September 2020. Let's rewind the timeline to before we started making videos on the slowest race car ever built, and answer the question of how did this channel get its name Robot Cantina? This channel originally highlighted robot stuff and featured some car stuff along the way. Basically, during the long and cold winters in Michigan, I would hunker down and build robotic projects. It gave me something to do when it was too cold to work on projects in the garage. All of my robots are custom built and are one of a kind. On the early robots, all the parts were hand fabricated. However, on the later ones, I started to 3D print the parts. I got lazy. Most of the robot videos were just for fun, but they helped me learn how to edit and direct. For example, there were 2 short videos featuring a robotic arm, an animated robot head, and the Amazon Echo Dot, also known as Alexa. These early short videos were simple in scope, but keep in mind the robots were programmed to act, and that's no small feat. For the robotic head, I had to write all the code to animate it, while the robotic arm, on the other hand, was running G-code. It was no easy task, let me tell you. The robotic head was something I developed to give the Amazon Alexa some personality. I actually signed up to become a developer for the Alexa apps, and I engineered the robotic head to track people in the room. The tracking bit was difficult to do, and it resulted in the head looking very creepy.
Hello. Phenomenal Society meeting in 2013.
Alexa.
It rains.
What time is it?
The time is 7:47 p.m.
Another Alexa companion device I developed was this guy. It uses a different blend of software, and it doesn't require an app, and it wasn't connected to the Amazon server. This was a standalone companion to the Echo Dot and facilitated home automation in a unique way. Here's a short video on the robot interacting with the Echo Dot. Keep in mind, the robot was randomizing its commands and wasn't in its main programming loop.
Amazon Music.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Did you hear about the ceiling fans that fell in love? They had a
Alexa,
whirlwind
turn on kitchen light.
I found more than one device with the name Kitchen Light. Please give them unique names.
Alexa.
Then run.
Tell me a joke.
Why did the pencil stink? Because it was a number 2.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, where is my stuff?
A shipment for Jim's order, placed Tuesday, March 26th, should arrive Monday, April 8th.
In random command mode, those two idiots will more or less talk forever without getting anything done. For some reason, I found it hysterical to watch. Now, none of these robots were ever available for resale, and if you want one, I guess you're going to have to build it yourself. This video series is shot with an iPhone 7 that I got for free because the battery was no good and the screen is cracked. For wide-angle shots, we use an El Cheapo EK7000 series action camera. To edit the videos, we use a subscription version of Wondershare Filmora. It's a decent video editor and only costs about $100 a year. The voiceovers are done with Audacity, and the microphone is a low-cost Samson Meteor. The PC that I use was custom built by my brother Duke. Basically, this channel was produced with an old iPhone and some cheap equipment. Welcome back to Robot Cantina. Time to get that burger or hot dog off the grill. Every episode starts off with a low-energy motivational speech just to get folks in a semi-receptive mood to watch. Haircuts, mow the lawn, brush the crumbs off that crusty shirt you've been wearing for 3 days now, and of course our favorite, breakfast cereal. The intro is different from other YouTube channels because we don't like to follow rules.
What are you guys doing?
The gnomes provide comic relief. If I spend a lot of time on detailed graphs or dry engineering terms, I feel the need to lighten things up a bit with humor. We learn about gnomes and gremlins from our childhood stories, but who's to say there's not some truth to the tales? Folks back in the old country seem to have some knowledge of these beings, and who are we to dispute their mischievous actions and naughty tricks? Our humble beginnings were laced with multiple challenges. The obvious hurdle we needed to jump was getting the little Honda up to speed. We succeeded with our 50-mile-per-hour goal with only a 212cc engine. Then we took the challenge to the next level and dominated the 70-mile-per-hour goal with technology not typically found on a go-kart engine. The engineering aspect alone is commendable. However, producing these videos on a shoestring budget, that has to be the greatest challenge yet. As this channel grows, we will of course bring in new projects. Next week we plan on introducing our new project car that we will be building alongside the Honda Insight. The beauty of this venture will be, the audience will get to choose one of the 3 directions we'll take on the new build. I'll announce the details next week. Now, everybody loves experiments, including this channel. We definitely have some in the pipeline that you've never seen anywhere on the internet, so keep that in mind. Hey, if you made it this far, you must have liked the video. Go ahead and click on the like button, and if you wouldn't mind, click on the subscribe button. That would really help me out. Well, I think it's time to get back to work on our projects, and I hope to see you next time. Until then.